Have you ever wondered how the clutter in your life affects your mental and emotional well-being? It's like a silent chaos, constantly lurking in the corners of our homes and offices, creating a subtle yet persistent source of stress, and without us even realizing it, clutter can become a significant hindrance to our productivity. Think about it. When your environment is cluttered, the chaos restricts your ability to focus, and its constant presence drains your cognitive resources, reducing your ability to concentrate. The mess makes it more difficult to relax, both physically and mentally. It's a vicious cycle, where the clutter creates stress, and the stress in turn breeds more clutter. Clutter is not just about things, it's about old habits, old ideas, old routines that keep us stuck in our past, preventing us from moving forward. But imagine a life without all this clutter. A life of simplicity and order. This is where our journey into minimalism begins. Meet John, an average individual overwhelmed by the clutter in his life. John's home was a labyrinth of possessions, a testament to the years of accumulation. The physical clutter was just the tip of the iceberg. The real chaos was in his mind. The constant pressure of managing these possessions was taking a toll on his mental peace. One day, John stumbled upon the concept of minimalism. It was an idea that resonated with him deeply. He was drawn to the promise of a simpler life, devoid of unnecessary clutter. The idea of having only what he truly needed seemed liberating. And so, he made a decision that would change his life forever. He decided to embark on a journey towards minimalism. But the journey was far from easy. The first hurdle was letting go. John had spent a lifetime collecting things, many of which held sentimental value. The thought of parting with these items was daunting. Each object seemed to whisper a tale from the past, making the decision to let go even harder. Then came the fear of regret. What if he needed something he had discarded? What if he missed a cherished possession? These questions haunted him, but John was resolved. He knew that the path to minimalism was not about deprivation, but about prioritizing what truly mattered. He started small, discarding items that he hadn't used in a long time. He found that with each item he let go, he felt a little lighter, a little freer. The process was cathartic. He realized that he was not just decluttering his home, but also his mind. This journey was not just about creating a serene living space, it was about creating a serene mind, a mind free from the constant worry of managing possessions. It was about creating space for what truly mattered, experiences, relationships, and inner peace. John was determined to succeed, and this determination was the first step on his path to a minimalist lifestyle. The path to minimalism is not an easy one, and John quickly realized this. As he journeyed further down the path of minimalism, the challenges he faced were not few. One of the first hurdles was the temptation to buy new things. The allure of the latest gadgets, the latest fashion trends, the shiny new items promising to make life easier was constant. It was like a relentless siren song luring him back to his old ways. But John recognized this for what it was, a distraction from his goal. Each time he felt the pull, he reminded himself of his commitment to living with less. Then there was the societal pressure, the unspoken expectation that he should own certain things. It seemed that everywhere he looked, there were reminders of what he was supposed to have. A flashy car, a big house, the latest smartphone. These were the status symbols that society told him he needed. But John knew that these things wouldn't bring him happiness. They were just things after all, and he was determined not to let material possessions define his worth. And of course, there was the ongoing task of decluttering. It was a constant process, a never-ending cycle. Every few weeks, John would find himself going through his belongings, reassessing what he truly needed and what he could let go of. It was a daunting task, and at times it seemed never-ending. But with each item he removed, he felt a little lighter, a bit freer. These struggles were real and they were challenging. There were moments of doubt, moments when John questioned if the path he had chosen was worth it. But he knew deep down that it was. He knew that the benefits of minimalism, the freedom, the simplicity, the peace of mind, would far outweigh these challenges. And so, he persevered. Despite these struggles, John persevered, knowing the benefits of minimalism would far outweigh these challenges. As weeks turned into months, John began to see the benefits of his minimalist lifestyle. John's world started to change in ways he'd never imagined. He found a surge of energy and time that he hadn't known before. Now, instead of spending hours cleaning, organizing, or worrying about his possessions, he had more time to do things he loved. He had time to read, to go for long walks, to learn a new language, to cook. His days were no longer filled with the stress of maintaining stuff, but with the joy of living life. And it wasn't just his time that was freed up. John's mind felt clearer too. Less clutter in his space translated to less clutter in his mind. His thoughts were no longer tied up in knots over whether he was taking proper care of his belongings, if he had the latest gadget, or if his clothes were in style. Instead, his mind was free to think, to dream, to create. Financially, the benefits of minimalism were clear. John found he was saving more money than ever before. His bank account grew as he stopped buying unnecessary items and began to appreciate the things he already owned. He discovered that he didn't need the latest smartphone or the trendiest clothes to be happy. The things he owned were enough, and they were chosen with care and purpose. But perhaps the most significant benefit John experienced was an increased appreciation for the things he did own. Each item in his home now had a purpose, a place, and was cherished. He no longer felt the need to constantly acquire new things to keep up with the Joneses. Instead, he found joy in the simplicity of owning less and appreciating more. The transformation was remarkable. John's life was no longer defined by what he owned, but by who he was and what he valued. John's journey into minimalism wasn't easy, but it was worth every struggle. The path he chose was not strewn with roses, but with challenges that tested his resolve at every turn. Yet, with every choice he made, every possession he let go, he discovered a little more about himself and the world around him. Let's reflect on John's journey. Imagine a life where your possessions don't own you, but rather, you own them. A life where you understand the true value of things, not by their price tags or brand names, but by the joy and utility they bring into your life. This is the life John now leads. The clutter that once filled his home and mind has given way to open spaces, both physically and mentally. The things he chose to keep are those that truly matter, those that add value to his life and spark joy in his heart. The excess is gone, and in its place he has found freedom, peace, and a focus on what truly matters. John's transformation did not happen overnight. It was a slow, deliberate process of introspection and decision-making. He had to question his beliefs, confront his fears, and challenge societal norms. But through this process of self-discovery, he found a lifestyle that resonates with his deepest values and aspirations. The experience has fundamentally changed John. He no longer measures success by the number of possessions he owns. Instead, he measures it by the quality of his relationships, the richness of his experiences, and the depth of his gratitude. His perspective on material possessions has shifted dramatically, and his overall outlook on life has evolved. John's newfound wisdom is not just about decluttering a living space, it's about decluttering one's life, focusing on the essentials and letting go of the excess. It's about understanding that less can indeed be more, and that simplicity can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. John's life is a testament to the power of minimalism, a journey of self-discovery and liberation from material possessions. John's story is not unique. Many people have embraced minimalism and experienced its life-changing benefits. Imagine a space where every object serves a purpose or brings joy. Imagine a life where you're not overwhelmed by clutter, but empowered by simplicity. This is the essence of minimalism. Starting your minimalist journey might seem daunting, but remember, it's not about having less, it's about making room for more. More time, more peace, more creativity. Begin by identifying the things that truly matter to you. Then declutter one area at a time. Be patient with yourself. It's a journey, not a race. And remember, minimalism isn't one size fits all. It's about finding what works for you. So why wait for tomorrow? Why not start today? Take the first step. Embrace minimalism and experience the liberation from clutter. Your journey to a simpler, more fulfilling life begins now.